Today, on Piercing with Scott, we're talking about the 5 most dangerous body piercings and why they're dangerous. To start off our video, we're going to talk about a little disclaimer. And the disclaimer is talking about how any piercing can be dangerous if it's not done properly. Any piercing can be dangerous if your supplies and your jewelry haven't been sterilized properly. It can be dangerous if you don't have the proper anatomy for the piercing, or if you use the wrong type of jewelry, style, or size. Even a piercer who hasn't been trained properly can really cause a lot of damage because they might not get the right depth or the right angle. Just because they have a license doesn't make them an expert in their field. First on the list I'm going to talk about is the snake eye piercing, or the horizontal tongue piercing. It's number 1 on the list for me because it's the one I get the most requests for, and it seems to be pretty popular right now, and we need to be careful because this is going to do a lot of damage to our bodies. First of all, a normal tongue piercing is back far enough where it's protected against your teeth and your gums. With the snake eye piercings, horizontal right there, those beads are actually going to cause gum erosions to where your teeth can fall out. Also, that metal's rubbing right up against your enamel, and you're going to get enamel erosion as well, to where it just gets nice and thin, and there's no replacing that. And the other concern is that you're going to bite down and chomp on those beads all the time, chipping your teeth away. Very dangerous piercing. Not to mention, your tongue has 2 separate muscles, and what you're trying to do here is you're trying to connect them together so they can't move independently. Doesn't seem right to me. Listen to your body, it doesn't seem right. There's a reason why most piercers won't do this one. The second common piercing, well, not as common as the snake eyes, is the collarbone or clavicle piercing. Now, I'm not talking about the surface piercing just under the skin here. I'm talking about a deep under the collarbone piercing. Extremely dangerous. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but your lungs come out much higher than you would expect. And I even heard at one point in time that there's only a 5mm gap between your lungs and your clavicle bone. I don't care how good of a piercer you are, your aim's not that good, and it's not worth puncturing a lung. Number 3 on the list is the hand piercing. Now, there's lots of different hand piercings people can get, and it's not necessarily dangerous to pierce the skin or any part of your hand. What's dangerous is it's an open wound, and your hand's touching everything all day long, and the risk of infection goes through the roof. Think of all the door handles you're touching all day long, and all that fecal and nasty matter that's on there, that's going right inside your body. That's asking for infection. That's why I will never offer any hand web, finger, or any sort of hand piercing whatsoever. Be careful with this one. Number 4, we're talking about the eyelid piercing. Not an eyebrow piercing. Eyebrow piercings really aren't that dangerous if done properly. The eyelid, the one that covers your eyeball. Now, I probably don't need to go into too much detail why this is dangerous. You're going to get corneal abrasions, plus the chance of loss of vision. Possible blindness. Is it really worth it? No. Moving on to number 5. Back in the day, I used to be all proud of this. Now I'm slightly more embarrassed. I used to have this one myself. This is the mandible piercing. I thought it may be tough, more extreme, a little bit more than all the rest of the people out there. A mandible is this way, behind the jawbone into the mouth. It's extremely dangerous. There are so many glands, nerves, and just it's too much tissue. The risk for infection is insane. Now, when I had mine done, the first time we did it, seemed to be doing well, but every time I moved my tongue, that hole in the bottom kept getting bigger and bigger and started leaking out of it. It was kind of nasty, so I took it out. And when I tried it again, we went at a different angle. After about a week or so, my bottom teeth started getting ice cold, and it wouldn't go away until I took that piercing out. Sometimes you just gotta listen to your body. When it tells you no, listen to it. So those are my top 5 most dangerous piercings, just because they're the more common of the piercings that are out there. Now, the thing is seems like every day there's a brand new piercing showing up. So-and-so has this, so-and-so has this, and most of the piercings that can be done have already been invented. Unless you have that third nostril or that extra nipple, those are the only ways you're really going to get unique piercings. Now, when we're talking about piercings and making them unique, it's how you put the whole package together. Everyone might have that exact shirt you have, but they're not wearing it with the combination of everything else you got going on. That's what piercing's all about. Thanks for listening. Make sure you give me a like, give a subscribe, and of course, stay tuned for more information coming real soon.